Hello everyone. So I came across this article about FSD Beta in Europe and Australia, and something I haven't really thought about a lot because I spend most of my time in North America, and I guess I think about that market more so. But long story short, the FSD Beta has not been and is still not available to customers in Europe and Australia, but that may be about to change. So let's have a look at the articles that I found. So this is the first one I saw here. Tesla FSD Beta released in Europe and Australia. Tesla Full Self-Driving Beta is reportedly coming out in Europe and Australia to a few testers. Tesla Scope revealed that FSD Beta rolled out in at least 2 cars in Europe. A Model S P100D with 3.0 hardware received the update 2023.12.9 in Belgium. Meanwhile, in Germany, a Model S Plaid with 3.0 hardware received the same FSD Beta version as the P100D. A Model 3 standard range in Australia also received FSD Beta version 2023.12.5 recently. Although there are only 2 vehicles in Europe and 1 in Australia, the news of FSD Beta reaching cars outside North America is hopeful. Last year, Elon Musk estimated that FSD Beta would be available for Europe's left-hand drive markets by summer 2022. Unfortunately, Musk's estimate did not come to pass. However, earlier this year, Tesla published job listings that teased it was ramping up development on advanced driver assist systems in Europe. The company listed jobs in Switzerland, Finland, and Denmark for an ADAS test operator who would be responsible to identify improvements and regressions across software iterations. So it looks like some cars in Europe and Australia have received the update for FSD Beta, and these testers it appears that these are just people who are working for Tesla who have access to the software. They're going to be driving around in Europe and Australia testing out the software. But this article made me want to look into it a little further and see what's going on in Europe and Australia as far as full self-driving. So I found this article here from Auto Evolution, and it appears that the rules in Europe are a little different than in North America, which prevented Tesla from allowing drivers in Europe to get access to FSD Beta. So it mentions there's bureaucracy in Europe. However, things could be moving faster in the case of driver control assistance systems legislation after the European Commission is fast-tracking it. Tesla owners in Europe are jealous to see people in US and Canada testing the FSD Beta software despite many promises. The software cannot be deployed in Europe because the legislation would not allow it. Speaking at the Giga Berlin ceremony last year, Musk famously said that FSD Beta works in the US but not in Europe because things are legal by default in the US. By contrast, in Europe, they are illegal by default. It's a significant difference, as European legislation requires every new initiative to be approved beforehand. European regulators have moved slowly, with a final draft expected to be completed in 2024. This was not as fast as Tesla wanted, since it meant FSD Beta could not have been approved in Europe earlier than 2025. Still, the European Commission intends to speed up driver assist regulations, making them its highest priority. The new plan is to finalize the draft in June and adopt it as early as September, giving Tesla hopes that the FSD Beta could be allowed on European roads in early 2024, 1 full year earlier than expected. Previous news from Tesla indicates that the EV maker is eager to deploy FSD Beta in Europe as soon as possible. As usual, Tesla moved much faster than European lawmakers, with plans to launch beta testing in the European countries in early 2023. Well, it looks like that's happening now. In January, Tesla advertised for the position of ADAS test operator in Switzerland, Finland, and Denmark. While Switzerland is not a member of the European Union, it is bound by agreements to comply with European legislation. The job listings align with expectations, considering how different the European roads and legislation are compared to North America. There are also variations across European countries which could make FSD development more challenging. Still, Elon Musk previously said that 90% of the FSD Beta features developed for North America apply worldwide. Based on this, there is only 10% left to adjust to the European legislation once it is set in stone later this year. So it looks like still a bit of a wait for Tesla owners in Australia and Europe. I was more talking about Europe there. Yeah, it seems like there's some legislation standing in the way, but a process is in motion to hopefully get it to a point where Tesla customers in Europe will be able to get FSD Beta. And yeah, I understand the roads would be different in different countries, but the sooner Tesla can operate more vehicles there with the software, the sooner they can make it better and better adapted to the local roads. So I can understand why Tesla wants this sooner rather than later. And yeah, I kind of was not on my mind this fact that FSD Beta was not made available to Europe. So seeing the first Teslarati article there got me curious. And yeah, legislation was at fault, I guess, for FSD Beta not being available outside North America. So that's it for this one. My name's Evan Bertrand. This is the Evergreen channel. Give the video a like if you liked it. Subscribe by clicking on the wheel in the bottom right. And thanks for watching.